Good morning. I am like 1 minute early, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I don't know if anyone can join me this morning. Hopefully, someone will pop on with me live, but I'm going to get started in respect for those that are going to join me on the recorded version. So last week I took off. I was off on vacation all week last week. It was amazing. I took a break. I think I still did post one YouTube video just because I had it already lined up and edited. But other than that, I took a break. My kids were still in daycare. I did some decluttering, reorganizing around the house. I redid my closet, and I've kind of took that opportunity to solidify some of my routines, which I'm going to share with you guys about today. So let's get started. Let me change my screen so you can see my planner. And I'll open this up. I hope you guys can hear me and everything's okay. So I'm also doing a couple of things different, which I'll tell you. But let's start with our weekly scorecard. So this week, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about solidifying your routines and your habits to help you reach your goals. So as a kind of check-in accountability question for the comments, let me know what's one habit that you would like to work on in the coming weeks that you think that would be a good healthy habit for you to have, or that's going to help you move closer to your goals. What's one small habit that you can do? For me, now that my children are moving into toddler stage, I'm focusing more on getting back to my kind of older routines before I had kids to take care of myself, because all of that had to change when I had newborns. But now we're kind of out of the baby stage. I mean, they're still very tiny, but I do have more time and energy for myself. So I'm kind of thinking about what do I want that to look like? And I've kind of reorganized my whole routine system. And the catalyst for me to do that was this habit of getting myself dressed every day, making sure I got myself dressed with a little bit of makeup if I wanted to, if not, just like moisturizing my skin, all those things before my kids get up. And that kind of catapulted all these other habits that have kind of stuck with me and helped me, just thrive through life. And so I'm changing it up a little bit starting last week. And I thought it was a good topic to talk about, kind of maybe reassessing your own habits, thinking about anything that's going to help you get to where you want to be. So let's look at our 12-week scorecard. If you want this free template, it's based on the book, The 12-Week Year, to help you reach your goals. It's a weekly scorecard. You can check the link below, and it is linked. So my first monthly goal, or my priority, one of my priorities for now, is to prioritize my self-care. And so we have workout 3 times a week, read 20 minutes per night, and therapy 1 time a week. So I did my Wednesday and Thursday. I set out for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is Friday. Hopefully I can get that done today. I have plans to. So just for now, I'm going to get that 100% like pending. And these didn't count because it's only 3 times per week. Read 20 minutes each night. I have a habit tracker, so I also have been tracking this elsewhere on my habit tracker. So that's how I know I'm kind of looking at that. I was able to do it so far. These don't count. I'm supposed to be on Wednesday, Friday. So that's another one I'll tentatively give myself 100%. Therapy each week. I didn't go to the therapy this week because my therapist had to cancel, which is fine. So I will say I missed out on that. Double store sales is my second priority, focusing on increasing the sales of my store. So posting daily on TikTok, I've actually been able to do. Already have drafted what I'm going to post today, so I'm going to give that a check. This is daily, is means Monday through Friday. Oh wow, my nose. Sorry. So 100% on that. I am on a week fresh after vacation, so I was pretty motivated this week to get things done. Bookkeeping, I'm really proud of myself. That's today. I did that this morning. That's something that I really just hate doing. I had to call this finance thing for my retirement that I've just been putting off and putting off. I finally did it today in my like bookkeeping hour, so that was great. And then my post-purchase flow, I have not worked on that at all. So that might be a priority for me this week. Let's see here. Increasing my subscribers on YouTube. So posting 2 times a week. I have one scheduled. It probably came out this morning, I think. So if you have a chance to watch it, that would be great. What was it on? Manifesting. So manifesting my dream life. I posted that, and one should be coming out Sunday. Hopefully, that's the goal. So tentatively 100%. But since I haven't edited yet, and I would have hoped to have done that by now, I'm actually just going to say 50% because it's not where I want it to be. Then one to YouTube Live. Here we are doing that. And then looking at my analytics weekly. I have not done that. I still have time to do it today. Am I going to do it today? Probably not. So let me be honest with myself. I need to check in with that more. Because my last video I posted actually had done better than I expected, and I didn't even know until I was uploading the video for this week. So I definitely haven't looked at those. And then my last goals, let me just copy them from here. Let me show you guys. Prioritize joy. So these are like my 12-week year and my yearly goals, really large moon goals. So those reach for the stars goals. Prioritize joy, happy family. I will tell you guys that I do give you like the generic version of my moon goals because you don't want to share everything about your goals because you don't want to make yourself self-conscious, but this is generally what they're about. So I can still share. Increase profit and connect more. So for let's do one that actually shows. Prioritizing joy, I have been doing really good with that. I will say just because I have been solidifying my routines and really taking the weekends, going to therapy. So I've been thinking I'm doing pretty good with that. Happy family life, been taking care of the home. I have a video that I'm going to come out with. I've started doing the aspects of the Fly Lady routine. I did it for you guys a week just as it should be, which I'm going to show you, but it really is a life-changing routine. It's a cleaning routine, but it's I would say so much more than that. Because there's things in there like clean out your purse, clean out your car, get yourself ready, your evening routine. But essentially it's a cleaning routine to help you kind of just create a habit out of keeping your home tidy. Not perfect, but livable, so you can have more time to spend with your family. And it has been really, really, I think, life-changing. I had heard about the Fly Lady routine and Clean Mama and some other folks' routine early, years ago, but I was just starting to have babies, and things got hectic. I got overwhelmed, so I had like a condensed version of like a cleaning routine for myself, just out of habit of doing certain things in the mornings and then the evenings. But now I feel like I'm at a space to actually implement a more structured way of doing that and incorporating more things like decluttering and deep cleaning. I do have help of once a month cleaners come to help us do the deep cleaning, especially since I'm a working mama. But yeah, so that's been really helpful, and I'll share more about how I've been able to implement that and what's it all about in a future video. Increasing profit, I feel like I've been doing that, staying aligned with my goals on sales, and getting the word out about my planner. I'll say it's something like that of where I want to be. And then connecting more. I could do better on this. I feel like my goals for this, although I'm calling my family each week, I'm doing lives. Let's put it there. This is more like subjective for me anyway. You could do it more quantitatively if you'd like. So that's my scorecard for this week. I'm doing pretty well on most things as far as what I can do in the process to achieve these goals. So I'm happy with my progress, and I'll be sure to take a look at some of those things to prioritize them, like the post-purchase flow for my email subscribers, and posting 2 times a week and seeing what's getting in the way. That's what you want to do. I did also want to show you guys, I created this habits and routine organizer. It comes with a pretty cover. It's just like at the back here. Let's see if I show you. This is the cover that you can insert into your planner. I will link it below. I haven't done it yet. But it's just very simple. You kind of detail all the habits that you want to implement into your life. I think it's particularly helpful when you're trying to implement a new routine into your life. So morning, day, and evening routine. Since I'm changing mine up a little bit, pushing myself a little bit more to meet some of my goals, I decided to redo my habits and routines organizer. And you'll look at this more when you're first making it a habit, and then obviously it'll be habitual and you won't have to look at it again, but it's good to have, especially when you want to go and change things up. So what you do is you start with writing all the life domains that are important to you in life. I have my family life, spirituality, self-care, my work as a psychologist, my business work, and then maintaining my home. All these are all the habits that I would like to have in my life now to maintain those areas of my life. And then you put all those habits into your routine. So I have an early morning routine, a morning routine, a work morning routine. So once I start working before lunch, I kind of have a routine of what I do. I wind up. I do my daily batch for whatever that day is, which I have written down here. I post to Instagram stories before I start working. And then I try to do some notes, some admin stuff before lunch. And then I have a lunch routine. I have some daily focus stuff that I do around the house if I'm home, or I run errands. Anyways, you get the idea. I have an afternoon work routine, early evening. So that's before the kids get home, evening after I put the kids to bed, and then weekend routines. And then down here, I just wrote, what are those batch days that I'm going to do for work? What are the batch days for maintaining my home? So each day I focus on a different thing. The zones of my house. So this comes from Fly Lady. And then I used to call it a weekly refresh before I even knew Fly Lady. But she has a specific basically an hour that you refresh your home that she calls a weekly home blessing. I didn't learn all of this from the actual Fly Lady because I've heard some weird stuff about her beliefs, but there is another lady on YouTube called Fly Lady Kat, K-A-T, who I learned the system from. So that's I kind of tweaked what I used to call my weekly home fresh to include some of this stuff. And then I changed it a little bit. But so do this for yourself. You can print it out. It's very simple. You can print it in color. I have it in black and white. And write out your ideal day of routines that you would like to do every day. And then write those things in your planner one by one until you find it habitual. So each day that you go to time block a day, let's take a look here. You would write all your things that you want to put into your day from those routines. And then eventually, once you know it, you'll just write morning routine or wind up work routine or evening routine. But I suggest when you're trying to make something a habit, writing each task in your planner and then checking it off as you go until you make it a habit. Really, really helpful. So let's move on to planning my week. Before we do that, I always like to look at the month just to make sure if there's anything going on for that week. Just have some bills coming out, payday from my psychology job. It looks like Memorial Day is not next week, but the Monday after. So kind of thinking about that. My kids will be home. And then I am trying out a new sticker system that I started out last week while I was on vacation for a couple of reasons to help me with color coding, not really I'm going to keep a code, but just separating different domains of my life. And also I have these new stickers that I'm planning on offering in my store. So I want to use them first. These are from the manufacturer. So it's just some modern functional stickers. I will say this about stickers. Don't get carried, unless it is a creative outlet for you, then that's something different. But if you're just a perfectionist or a recovering perfectionist like myself, don't get so caught up in the whole sticker game of planning when you see other people planning, or maybe you just for yourself, you get kind of into it when you're doing it, or maybe you get a little stressed out by the idea of how to use them. You don't want to waste too much time. Remember, your planner is a tool. It's it's something to help you have more time to live in your actual life. So you don't want it to make it a burden with too many things going on with the stickers. So that's my little spiel about the stickers. But I will show you guys how I am using them in my weekly planning, and then I use them different in my daily planning, which I'm maybe can show at a different time. So this is the week of the 22nd. Sorry, I have my microphone. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. May 22nd, 2023. My intention this week, I think it's going to be to stay on track because I've been doing really well with this new routine system. And then before I get to adding in things and explaining this, let me put in my last week's wins and challenges and then fill out my habit tracker. So wins for this week is I got a lot of stuff done that I had been putting off, like my genetics testing and the financial call that I didn't want to make. So that's definitely a win. Layla is recovering from an eye infection that she had. And then what else was a win this week? I would say in my psychologist work, I was pretty productive, just overall, I guess, productive at home and at work. Challenges this week. Well, not much. We had our windows put in last week, which that was a challenge, but now they're in and they're great. We got new windows all through our house, more energy efficient. What was the challenge this week? You know what? God is good. I can't think of anything particularly challenging. I guess just going back to work after a week of vacation was like a little bit challenging, but no major concerns. Okay, I don't have to make stuff up. Let's see. So my habits that I'm continuing to track on a daily basis are posting to TikTok, YouTube Live, taking my vitamins, which this week was rough. I'll put that as a challenge. I just was like really aversive to taking it. It wasn't even that I forgot. I was just being naughty. And then my morning and evening routine, this new one that I've set up. To YouTube videos, I would say my new cleaning routine and working out. Okay, so my priorities, I would say based on my tracker, my scorecard would be this post-purchase flow and my hero content, so posting twice a week on YouTube. And I guess therapy, since I wasn't able to go, even though it wasn't necessarily my fault, but just making sure I reschedule that. Okay. And so what I'm doing over here, let me put this down a little bit more so you guys can see. Okay. So I have batch days for both my psychologist work and the work I do for my business. Sometimes that I can get that work done during the day. Sometimes I'm waking up early to do that work. But these are the days I divide them up. And then Fridays are divided between my business and my personal to-dos. I don't work on my psychologist work on Fridays. So I have different tasks to do for each of those days or different appointments. So I will write them in separate boxes. And then here is, let me put in the numbers. So 22nd, 23rd, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm going to put those batch days so that I can remember them. So in work, it's reporting and me take this out. Mondays, I'm going to be writing reports and editing and admin for my business. And then my focus, my batch for home is going to be the home blessing, which I'm usually trying to do on the weekends, but just in case it doesn't get done, we'll put it here. Home blessing. And then my zone for the week, for as far as my 15-minute like declutter, deep clean each day, is going to be the first floor, bathroom, and one other room. So I think it's going to be my basement. Basement zone week. So each day, 15 minutes, I'll go down my basement and declutter, which probably needs the most work in my house because everything else is like, if guests come over, they can see, and just tidying up after the kids. So it's pretty clean on the main floor and upstairs in the where our bedrooms are, but downstairs where my husband's office is down here, in our home gym, and our laundry. So it's like a really big space. There's also a lot of space to just like put stuff. So yeah, that's going to be a task, but 15 minutes a day, I can do that. And then whatever I can't do this month, I'll get to next month when I work on it. Okay. So on Tuesdays, it is all day psychology work. So I have meetings and admin. And then Wednesdays, kind of the same as Mondays. Reporting and admin. Thursdays, I have admin and content creation for my business. Do that on Thursdays. And then Fridays, we have for work, I usually do like what I call my CEO day, which is bookkeeping, catch-up day, mail, those kinds of things. And then now I'm doing my YouTube live, and then I'll do all my personal sort of things like therapy, those kinds of things. I will say all throughout here, I have calls for my program, Dream Life Academy. So those aren't really just a specific day. It's more according to my schedule if I have some free time. And then over here, what I'm doing is anything I need to film during the week. So I usually don't film anything every day, but this week I'm filming myself doing the Fly Lady routine because I'm going to make a video about that. So I actually do need to film each day. So Fly Lady video. And then I also want to film my morning routine, which will be part of that video, but just so I know. And then I'm going to film each day for this. That way I don't forget to schedule it in. And then I'll move on to doing my to-do list, which I put this sticker here just because I break it into threes. So I have my personal to-dos and projects list, which I wanted to add something on a project. I wrote it down. Sorry, that might have what's patient information, so I shouldn't show that, but I remember add to project. Oh, I got to get testing results from my cousin. Okay. Okay. I'll just put get results. I'm knocking a couple of things off here. That financial call, calling genetics. I'm going to continue doing letters with Layla, although that's pretty habitual. I got to move on to helping her blend the sounds, which I'm going to start working on next week. Meal prep, which I already did for this week. Oh, I realized, did I write? Oh, I didn't write the rest of the home stuff on these circles. Maybe let me write it in a different color. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Okay, brown. So home on Tuesdays is plants and garden. I usually do this stuff on my lunch break, because I work from home. Wednesday is car and purse. Thursday is meal plan and clean out the fridge. I'll just write that here. Friday is my personal CEO day, kind of already in there. Catch up day. Okay. Cool. And then, so yeah, the meal prep thing just reminded me of that. Then what else do I have on there? Live. I don't know why I have that. Finished closet. I did that. Taxes are done. Home blessing each week, which I already have that there. So I need to take care of my weeds. I'm going to do that this weekend, but I need to keep looking after it, which I'll probably do on Saturday. I should add one more project now that my closet is done. I think the basement is a big enough declutter. That'll be the next thing. Okay, so then I have my business, Mod Ambition. I'm working on some products, so product development. Let me take this out. Just one of the things I love about having a binder. Can do that. All right. And so product development, new ads. I need to do that. Hero content, that's just on there every week. Short form, that's kind of already elsewhere live. It's kind of habitual. I don't need to keep writing that down now. Bookkeeping, I know when I'm going to do that. Email flows. Billing I will add, because sometimes I forget to do that with my Dream Life Academy clients. I want to do like a stock photography shoot. And so I don't have to use stock photography as much. Like all the things I commonly look for stock videos for my videos, actually create some for myself just to have on hand. Change ads and change new something. I don't know. I'll look at that later. Won't bore you guys with trying to figure out my handwriting. And then my work as a psychologist. I want to do 4 interviews next week. Client interviews, admin notes. This is kind of always the same thing. I have to close some of my interns that are offboarding. And then I don't have an on-site day this week, but I will call new referrals. Okay, so that's it. That's my week. Again, let me know what's one habit that you think that you can add to your routine, or maybe consider revamping your habits and routines, or just kind of writing them down. I will say that one thing that I didn't do here, which I'm planning on, is the videos that I plan on posting next week, which I guess I could just write them. I'm going to do how to wake up early at 5 a.m. each morning. And then I'm also posting, I think my fly lighting video I'm going to try to post at the end of the week. Yeah, I'll probably edit it here and post it here. So yeah, let me know how you did this week. Let's hold each other accountable. Thank you guys so much for joining me. That's my plan for the week. I'm just going to put my appointments in with some information, personal information, and then time block any of my to-dos that need to go over here. And then what I usually do after I get off with you guys is just time block my Monday through Thursday. Friday is kind of like my buffer day that if I didn't get stuff done, I can put it on Friday. So I don't like to schedule that day. But since I already know what I hope to do, I can time block it here, which is pretty convenient to have each day instead of having to plan at the end of the day at 4 o'clock. I can just look at what I need to do. So that's been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. That was my week of vacation where I didn't do anything. And I'm happy to answer them. Good luck with your goals, and I'll see you next week. Bye. I can't end this. Why is it not letting me? There we go. Bye, guys.